Hello guys, this is Eric Saint-Onge from Eric Saint-Onge Fitness. I'm actually now in my hotel room in Switzerland. I'm here for a private event with Cirque du Soleil. Look at the view I have from my room. It's beautiful. Oh, I see the Alps. So I thought while I was in a hotel room, I could show you a little hotel room workout, some exercises you can do using your body weight that you can do in a hotel room, or you can even do at home in your living room or bedroom. So I'll go ahead and show you exercise for the upper body, lower body, abs, and lower back. Stay tuned for exercises. Here I'll show you the push-up exercise. So you have the regular push-up. Make sure you squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt. Bring your chest to the floor, or as close as you can. Don't lead with the head. We lead with the chest. If you can do a regular push-up, you can do with your knees down. You see, notice that I have a straight line from my shoulders to my knees. No sagging here and no butt sticking out. Just straight, squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, chest down. Keep a neutral head, so your head is in the same line as your spine. So he's not here, and he's not here. If you still have a hard time doing kneeling push-up, what you can do, just do eccentric. So go down as slow as you can, and then just do whatever you need to get back up, and go eccentric. So if you have a hard time like this as well, I can show you another version. I'll show it to you on the chair. You just take a chair. So you'll bring your upper body higher than your feet, so which is gonna diminish the weight you have on your arms. Makes it easier like this. So you see I have almost a 45-degree angle with the floor. Same principle though. Squeeze your butt, abs in, lead with the chest. When you do the push-up, try to always keep an open chest, like this. Don't round it up like this. So when you place your hands for the floor push-up, you want to go about shoulder width, a little wider, and you slightly turn your hands out. You don't want to open it like this. You don't want to go like this. I know there's many different versions that you can go like this, you can do staggered and stuff, but just go basics. Like a little wider in shoulder width. Open the angles, the fingers are turned out a little bit. And your elbows, you want them to track, not right to your ribs, but not outside. Give them like a 40-ish angle right here. So that is for the push-up. Here's an exercise to isolate the triceps. It looks a little bit like the push-up, but we'll bring the upper body up, and you want to keep your elbows really by your ribs and keep a tight core and a tight butt. So I took the chair that's in my room. So I go my hands, they go shoulder width. I go like this, keep my elbows tucked in, straight body, and just go like this. You want to go complete extension. That will get a burn in your tricep. So that's a really good exercise to isolate your triceps. Here's another exercise you can do for your tricep to isolate the tricep work. I do it with the chair of the room. It depends the chair you have in your room, depends the weight of the chair and the strength of your tricep, but let me show it to you anyway. So you lie on your back, take the chair. You want to try to keep your elbows pointed up to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling, you go down and you press up. See, the size of this chair now doesn't allow me to do a full flexion, but I mean it's better than nothing if you want to work your tricep in isolation. There you go. Now I'm showing you an exercise for the bicep. There's nothing really heavy enough I could use in my room now to do biceps. Actually, I could use a chair I was using earlier and take it to do bicep curls, but it's pretty light. So you could do isometric workout for your biceps. So what I do now, I'm just taking my feet under my bed, I grab right under my bed. I think keeping straight upper body, good form. And isometric, it means just holding the contraction at a stable angle, basically. So just putting my hands under, and I just contract. See, the bed is lifting a bit. It's not a big bed. Just hold the contraction for 10-15 seconds is plenty. So now I did it with a supine grip, meaning my palms are facing up. You can do it hammer meaning like a hammer grip, I mean, with your thumb facing up. It's less comfortable for your hands. Or you can do with a pronated grip, so the back of your hand facing the ceiling. So that's not really comfortable, but you can maybe put a towel under the bed. So that will stimulate your bicep work differently when you change the grip. So either supinated, neutral, we call it hammer as well, or pronated. Now we'll be showing you an exercise for the upper back. To work your upper back, usually you will be doing a pulling exercise. In a hotel room, there's nothing you could really pull or you could really hang on to do a pulling exercise. You can throw some chin up on the shower curtain rod. Not a good idea though. You might hurt yourself pretty bad. So I'll show you another isometric exercise like I showed you for the biceps earlier. This one's going to be for your upper back. It's called the YWT. So you start laying on your stomach. You want to squeeze your butt, and really with your abs you just want to keep a stable core. You face on the floor. I won't put it here, my face on the floor. It's a hotel carpet. I don't know how clean it is. But you just want to lift your chest and shoulders a bit, and your head, same thing as in the push-up, it will be in a neutral position. So neutral spine, the head will be the same line as your spine. So you start like this, keep your feet in contact with the floor, squeeze your butt, and now you go the Y position. So thumbs up into Y, then you go down to the W, bring your elbows to your ribs, keep the hands up with the thumbs up, and you go for the T, palms down, like this. So this exercise, you can do it, you can hold between 5 and 15 seconds, I would say, per exercise. So you go hold for 5 to 15, hold for 5 to 15, and hold for 5 to 15. You can do 1 set, 2-3 sets, I would say. Do this for 3 to 5 sets. It would be a good exercise. So let me show it to you again. So let me do a little recap on this. Feet on the floor, squeeze your butt, brace your abs, lift your chest off the floor slightly, lift your shoulders off the floor, head in a neutral position, and you start with the Y, thumbs up, W with the thumbs up. You want to push the hands towards the ceiling and your elbows towards your ribs, and then you go for the T, which is with your palms down. Alright guys, let's move to lower body exercise now. I'll show you a full squat. Full squat is kind of really simple. You want to keep your feet about shoulder width. Your toes, point them out a little bit. I would say, I don't know, 15-20 degrees. And just go as low as you can, while keeping a chest upper and straight. And you go up. If you go down, and at a certain point you feel like you're gonna fall on your butt, that could be many things. It could be your hamstring flexibility, it could be your ankle mobility. So just go as low as you can, and come back up. Now we have no weight on our shoulder. And we don't do any dumbbell in our hands or as a goblet squat, like meaning holding the weight in front, nothing in our back. So it's not a reason, because we're not overloading with heavy weight, not to think about bracing your abs. So you want to keep this position. The bracing, think about somebody's gonna kick you in the stomach. You know, if you're gonna get a kick, you just squeeze this. Think about keeping that contraction. So let me go over again. Brace your abs, go as low as you can, and come back. As you can see, I had to make some room in my room. I had to move the bed up so I can show you the exercise. Here's another way to work your squat, which is the box squat. What I did, I just took the trash can that was in my bathroom, emptied it, just turn it around, make sure it's solid. This one, when I sit on it, see, I'm a little lower than horizontal. I mean, what I mean horizontal is my thighs are not parallel to the floor. My butt is lower than my knees, which that's gonna make the exercise a little harder. If you want, if you can just stack some towels on top of it, or if you have a trash bin that's bigger than this, then it's gonna make the exercise a little easier. So you wanna have your thighs parallel to the floor. If your butt goes lower than your knees, it's gonna get harder. If you're at the starting position, I mean, and if your butt is higher than your knees at the starting position, it's gonna be easier. So a box squat, how you wanna do it? I'm opening my legs about 45 degrees each side, and I want to try to keep my shin vertical at all time. And when I get up, the trick is you want to spread the floor, you want to tear the floor, so you want to press outside, activate your glutes here. It's going to help you so that when I get up, my knees are not tracking forward, and when I sit down as well. So let me show you that. You see, and you don't want to fall on your butt. Lower your butt is compared to your knees, harder it's gonna be. So just, you might want to have to do a slight lean forward to be able to keep that vertical angle with your shin. And once again, same thing, think about stabilizing and protecting your spine by bracing your abs the right way. Another great exercise for your legs is the split squat or the lunge. And I like to do this one as the backward lunge. So you start standing up. Sorry, I'm chopping my head a bit. Small room, you have to do with it. So start with my feet about hip width apart, and you just step back, go down, slightly touch your knee on the floor, and come back up. Switch. So when you do this exercise, you want to keep a really vertical upper body, and when you're down at the bottom position, you want to try to keep 90-degree angle in your front leg, so you want a straight chin. And at the back as well. I don't know if you can see that now. In the back, at the bottom position, I'm like this. I don't want to be like this, which would be too narrow of a stance. And I don't want to be like this either, which would be too big of a stance. So you want to be like this. Step back, go down, and step back up. A little pointer I give my clients sometimes is, when you do your lunge, once you step back, you want to feel as if you are in an elevator. Elevator goes straight up and down. You don't want to feel like you're in an escalator. You know, in big malls you have the escalator, which are going diagonally up and down. So if you would do a lunge in the escalator fashion, you would have to step back and then you go forward like this. That's not what we want. We want the elevator style. That was it for the split squat. Okay, now, an advanced movement is the pistol squat. So you just balance on one foot, lift the other one. You're gonna have to bring it up as you go down. This one requires strength and balance. If you have a hard time, you can always try holding on to something for balance and help a bit. I'll go with the other leg. To do this exercise, you need a good ankle mobility. That's for sure, because if you can go all the way down in your, like in a regular squat, you'll have a hard time going all the way down for this one, for the pistol squat. So if you don't have the range for it, just go as low as you can, but you always want to keep your heel on the floor. Now we'll be showing you the hip thrust and some variation to make it harder or easier. So the easiest version would be both feet down. So you want your shin to be vertical. You'll press down through your heels and bring your butt up to a full contraction of your butt. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to pass a straight line, meaning go into an arch. You're gonna start loading your lower back, and that's not what we want first. And you might hurt yourself like this. So bring your heels towards your butt. Push right down through your heels, hands on the floor or across your chest as you wish, and press up. Now this version is quite easy. So you could just do a few reps like this. I would say you can do up to like 15 and 20 reps. You want to like raise a bit the level of difficulty. What you do is you go fast up, hold it here, I'll say 3 seconds, go slow down. Don't touch your butt to the floor. As soon as it gets close, fast up, hold for 3 seconds, and all the way down. Fast up, 1001, 1002, 1003, and go down. I don't know if you can see, but when I'm up, I'm really pressing through my heels, my feet, my toes, don't have much pressure on it. So that's the easiest one was just like this. Then to make it a little harder, we're going fast up, hold the top position and go slow down. Or you can go with one leg at a time. So same principle, but you don't want to keep your thighs in the same angle. So what I do, I just place my heels close to my butt, so to manage to have them vertical when I'm up. And when I press up, you can either go like this, see, same angle, my leg is not higher, it's not lower, same direction, just hold it here. Now I'm going to isolate a little bit more the left glute, and you can hold it there, switch, or you can just start from one leg at the bottom. So same thing, keep the two thighs in the same angle, press up, go to a full contraction, always press through your heel, you see, not much pressure on my toes, and down. Other side. So let me recap. 2 legs, fast up, hold the top position, slow down, and then you do 2 legs. You alternate at the top with the 1 leg, or you can do 1 leg from the bottom. Just one little pointer right here. When you do this one, the 2 leg, and you switch, you do the 1 leg, you don't want too much movement in your pelvis. So you don't want, when you lift, you don't want to go down like this, You want to keep it as stable as possible. You might help yourself with your hands on the floor if you need to, but eventually you'll be able to do it with no movement of the pelvis. So now let me show you some abdominal work. So I'll start, I call it hollow rock. It's called hollow rock. But I'll go from the number 1 to number 4. Number 1 being the easiest version and number 4 being the hardest version. So number 1, you just make sure you keep pressure your lower back on the floor. You don't want you don't really see now, but you don't want your lower back to pop up like this. So really nail your upper back to the floor, and you just cross your arm on your chest, chin in, and you lift. Just hold it there. Just this already, I've got a really good contraction of my abs. So you can go either isometric hold, just hold it there, or you can do repetition like this. That was hollow rock number 1. Hollow rock number 2. Same thing, go up. Now you bring the knees up, 90-degree angle. Hold it there. Hollow rock number 3. Up, up, and you just open. Extend, come back. Extend, come back. Always keep pressure your lower back on the floor. It shouldn't come off the floor. And hollow rock number 4. Go up, knee up, right, straight arm, and straight arm here, and you can rock like this. I keep the whole time my lower back is in contact with the floor. It doesn't come up. If it comes off the floor, it won't roll. You see, that's with lower back in contact with the floor the whole time. If it comes off, if I let go my imprint of my abs, see, this is gonna happen. So it's not really the exercise you want to do. And why I emphasize the abs imprint and keep the lower back on the floor is because you're really gonna engage your transverse and really work on that stability. If when it comes off the floor, the lower back, you're gonna tap in more into your hip flexor, your psoas, and then most of the people already have strong psoas, especially people are tight psoas. So what you want to do, you want to bring up the strength of your TVA, your transverse abdominis. So let me recap. Hollow rock number 1, hollow rock number 2, hollow rock number 3, and hollow rock number 4. Now we'll be working the lower back, and we'll be actually recruiting a little bit of the upper back as well. So this exercise is called the Superman. So I will go a bit like I did for the hollow rock. I'll go for from the Superman number 1, which is the easiest one, to the Superman number 4, which is the hardest version. So Superman number 1. What I do, I interlace my finger, just put it on my forehead. So Superman number 1, just lift the heels, just a slight movement. Again, you want to make sure you brace your abs for this one. You don't want to let go your abs. And this one, you see I just did a slight movement of the heels. There's no need to go like in scorpion contortion position. Anyway, I cannot go that far, and I'll hurt myself if I even try. So Superman number 1. Superman number 2 will be lifting the upper chest, so you keep your feet touching the floor at all time, and you squeeze your butt. Notice here I keep my head aligned with my spine, and my elbows are tracking up. They're not down like this, up. Superman number 3, I combine the two, number 1 and number 2. And Superman number 4, I will hold the arch position, and I will go into a rocking movement. So let me recap. Superman number 1, Superman number 2, Superman number 3, and Superman number 4. So for all the from the number 1 to number 4, at all time you want to keep your abs braced and your butt squeezed. So that was it for the hotel room workout using your body weight. Like I said earlier, these exercises can be used, the body weight exercise can be used anywhere in your house. You can even use them at the gym. So as for the sets and repetition for those exercises, I would say pretty much every exercise I showed you, you can do 2 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. You can go higher in the repetition because it's body weight. You're not overloading with extra weight as dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbell. So 10 to 15 repetition, 10 to 20 repetitions for 2 to 4 sets. As for the holding exercise, as for the YWT, the bicep isometrics, and the hollow rock number 1, these you can hold them for, I would say, go for 10-15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds for 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 repetition, and you can do 2 to 4 series of that rep range. So I hope you like the video, guys. You'll be able to use it while you travel or in the gym or at home. And if you like it, please comment, like, and share it in any social media that you prefer. And if you have any question, you can contact me through my website at www.ericsaintonge.com or on my Facebook page, Eric Saintonge Fitness. So I wish you a good workout with your body weight.